Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to actually introduce us to the concept of indices. So when we said indices, let's say we have x and we have power a. So the x here stands for power, or you can call it index. So it can be called as power or index. So when you have more than one power, let's say we have x power a times x power b. Because we have more than one power, so it is not longer considered as or called index, rather it is called indices. It is called indices because there are more than one power. So if it is one, it is called index, and if it is more than one, it is called indices. So I'm going to actually introduce us to the laws of indices. The laws of indices. So let's say we have x power a times x power b. So according to the indices, if you have the same basis, like for example here, we call it power or index, while this is described as a base. So if you have more than one basis, according to the law of indices, if you have 3, 4, 5, and they are the same, you are to take one. So therefore we have now x power a times x power b. So we are now going to take 1 because x and x, so we are going to take 1x. And here is multiplication, so therefore we are going to add the index number. So we have now a plus b, because here is multiplication. So that is the first law. And then the second law, when we have x power a times, so here let's say divided by, so we have x power a divided by x power b. So we have x and x here, so we are going to take 1. And because here and here are the same, so we are going to take 1. So we have x and x, so we take 1. And here we have x power a, and here is x power b. So because here is division, it's now going to be x power a minus b. So because it is division, it's now going to be minus. Then we have x raised to the power of minus a. So according to the law of indices, this minus is the same thing as 1 all over. It is something as 1 all over x power a. So the minus is 1 all over. And then the next law, apart from this, we have x power 0. So any number raised to the power of 0 is the same thing as 1. Any number raised to the power of 0 is 1. So therefore x power 0 is 1. So we have 4 rules here. So and another one, if we have x power a, open bracket, close bracket, power b. So it's now the same thing. Here is x, so we take 1. So we have to multiply a and b. So therefore we have a times b. And then another rule, so this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, this is number 4, and this is number 5. So let's look at number 6. If we have, let's say, x raised to the power of a power b, so it's something as the x will be in the roots, and then we have b, then a here. So this is actually the 6 important rules that we are going to look at under the laws of indices. So we are now going to take examples of each of this. So now let's say we have example. example 1. So in this example 1, let's say simplify x, let's see, x power 4 divided by x power 2. So if we have to simplify this, of course, this one it falls under the second law. So it is the same thing as to see we have x power 4 minus, so the x power 4 divided by x power 4, so the x power 2. So here we have x, so we take 1, and it is division, so we are going to subtract the index number. So we have 4 minus 2. So therefore this one is something as x raised to the power of 2. So that is the answer. So ladies and gentlemen, follow me for more videos. I'm going to solve a lot of questions under these indices.